Hello and welcome back. I'm Archfiend, your host. Today we're back with some more of this stuff. Tales of Arise. So, last episode, we basically learned that Shion has a certain situation going on with her and her thorns. She can't die because the thorns basically keep her alive. And she is trying to use the Renis Alma to get rid of the thorns so that way she can die. But that was before she met everybody else. Now she wants to stay alive, but even if she does get rid of the thorns, there is a possibility that she will die. But we got to figure out how to save her in that instance. So there was a big, huge argument between them all and all that stuff. And then we ended up getting on the ship and heading to Lenegis, which we currently are right now. And we get to Lenegis, and this whole place is just in shambles. Ruin. Like, it's amazing. You come to this door right here, and you get the wide view of the city from up top as you enter, and you just see like the destruction that the shifting of Lenegis had caused. And the civilians didn't know anything about what was going to happen. They ended up getting surprised, just like everybody on Dana, about the weird formation of Lenegis. So now it's just Matt. What the heck? What is that? Oh, that's this lady. But now there's mass casualties and destruction and stuff like that due to the transformation of Lenegis. And right now we're going about trying to figure out where the secret room is, or the forbidden room, because apparently that's only where the sovereign can go. So, we're gonna go there and see what happens. Huh, where am I? I just went out for a walk, but now I don't know where I am. I don't know. Everything is falling apart and looks completely different. I can't get a hold of mother and father either. You have nothing to fear, kids. I'm sure there's a reason for everything that's going on. But even the Zeugles are running loose. That seems dangerous. Oh yeah, so another thing. The Zeugles actually stopped listening to the Renins giving orders to them. So now we've got wild Zeugles running around attacking civilians and just causing panic as well. Zeugles are nothing more than our servants. They may have gotten out, but I assure you, I'll have them back under control before long. If you kids consider yourself to be proud Renins, then be brave. We'll have the situation fixed before you know it. I don't know. Let me heal you. The tall order to do. In all my years, never have I seen such potent healing arts. Thank you so much for taking the time to help an old woman out. A woman like me. Oh, I got a recipe? What? Okay, cool. Oh God, what? Shion, did you get something else? Goddess of kindness. Okay, testament of the many injuries Shion has treated. Over time, people began to revere her as a goddess. Well, I mean, she does.
Just how many people have been saved by Shion in some form. I'm impressed.
There's rumors flying around about people being saved by a Renin vision of beauty.
Vision of beauty? That's a bit much.
Alphen had better stay on his toes.
Where do I come into this?
Everything will be okay now.
That's hilarious.
I know the basics of healing arts, but my skills pale in comparison.
Are you just going to keep standing around or what?
Sorry, I'm just getting prepped over here.
I was listening to your conversation. That's kind of rude. An orange gel. Hello, do you have something to say? You do not. I got one over here. I need to go over here. I have not gone over there. Like, jeez. See what we got over here. Whoa, what's going on over here? Hello? Can anyone hear me? Please, someone answer me. What's going on? Why can't I reach anyone? Mass casualties and mass destruction, that's why.
As I recall, there's a recipe we've yet to try.
Yeah, this is the last ingredient we need.
Then
Well,
let's go ahead and prepare it.
well, that's cool. You don't see that every day. Get it, man. Put that fire out. Oh, there's another one of these over here. Wait, shouldn't you be able to communicate with that lady over there? If that's the case. Hello, good sir. What seems to be going on with you today? What's going on?
Your lordship. Oh, what a great honor it is to finally meet you. I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that description?
All red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she'd stand out somewhat, too.
Yeah. What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see anyone like that hanging around the lord you were serving?
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently or otherwise. Why do you want to find her anyway?
Never mind. Forget I asked. Sorry to take up your time.
They're just asking a question, man. I wonder if they'll put the current crown contest on hold. Probably not. Because we're going to end it. Yeah, the Zoogle suddenly stopped listening to our commands. As soon as we turned our backs, they bolted for the horizon. Nothing like this has ever happened before. We have to put the crown contest on hold. We can't carry on while things are like this. Yeah, I've got to agree with you on that one. Anything over here? No. Alright, let's go over here. Oh, good sir. Oh, wait. I walked right by it. Hello, ma'am.
Is everything okay? You look a little lost.
Oh, yes. I can't seem to find my way home, is all. I was just about to make my umpteenth attempt at a new route.
I was hoping to head this way myself. The situation is a real pain, huh?
I suppose the Sovereign knows best. I daren't stay here too long, though. A lower caste can only linger around these parts for so long before I outstay my welcome. I was hoping to avoid it, but maybe I'll have to go that way after all.
You mean you know another way round?
Lord Dohalim Ilkaris! But how? Last I heard, you were in Dana competing in the crown contest.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know another route, we'd be grateful if you could tell us.
But of course. Please forgive me. There's a wall that sprung up ahead of here, with what looks to be an entrance in it. I thought maybe it was a passageway between the different quarters, but I've no way of knowing for sure.
It's worth investigating, at least. I shall go and assess the situation. In the meantime, wait for me here. If it looks safe, I'll come and let you know.
You'd really do that for me? A lord troubling himself for someone of my lowly status?
Our lot in life is of little consequence. We are both Renin, first and foremost.
Oh, why yes, my lord. Thank you.
Well, we've canvassed the city for information. What do you think?
No one has the faintest idea what's happened to the city after all. They haven't heard the news about the crown contest either.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here. Has it always been like that?
Not to this extent, which would indicate that something's suppressing the truth, that Lenegis is under some kind of control.
Given everything that's happened to their city, the people here seem weirdly okay with it all.
Yeah. That one guy even said his Zoogle had stopped listening to him. If that's true, these people are in big trouble.
Everything that happens here is attributed to the Sovereign's will. It's the way people have been conditioned. Their belief runs deep. Nothing happens devoid of a reason. To them, it's all part of the Sovereign's grand plan.
The Sovereign's plan. There is one thing I'm still not sure about. Just who is this person ruling over Lenegis?
The Sovereign, of course. He rules from Rena while presiding over both Rena and Lenegis.
Without the lords or anyone in the middle doing his dirty work? Isn't Rena at least the same size as Dana? That's a pretty big dominion for one person to rule over. I would have thought ruling Lenegis alone would be difficult enough.
The points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is. Shion, have you ever been... No, forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. In which case, I would imagine that... But no, surely not. Can it really be that no citizen of Lenegis has ever been there?
Hold up, what are you getting at, Dohalim?
Assuming what I believe to be correct, it's possible that no one on Lenegis has ever laid eyes on the actual Renan homeworld itself. No one but the Sovereign, that is.
What?
But what about trade and communication? There's got to be a flow back and forth, surely.
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lenegis single-handedly. It could be a one-way street.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. If that's the case, can he really rule directly over Lenegis from so far away? What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I'm beginning to wonder what the nature of this Sovereign even is. Alphen said he was forced into the role, right? Just before the ceremony. But Sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renan ruler. So which one is it?
Whoever wins the crown contest inherits the throne from his or her predecessor, before becoming ruler over all of Rena and Lenegis. Thereafter, that individual is known as the Sovereign. Though, it would appear that the current ruler has gone silent. As for how Volron factors into all this, at this point, I no longer know what to believe.
3 centuries ago, I became the Sovereign here on Lenegis. No, not just became, I was forced to. Me, a Danon. 300 years later, we cross paths with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's crest. That's not the only thing we have in common. We both became Sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made sovereign for the same reason? Because of that ceremony?
I can't say for sure, but it certainly sounds like it.
But that would mean that 2 Sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule, and the other for ceremonial purposes. We never did see Volron's body back in Ganath Haros. Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time? Could that be what's causing all this strange activity here?
Wait a second. You don't think Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do you? The ceremony can't go forward without the Renis Alma. The same one that the Red Woman stole.
There's something else the ceremony needs. A maiden. And unless there's another one out there aside from me...
Questions, questions, and yet more questions. Ones that it seems will remain unanswered, until we can establish the Sovereign's identity.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off-limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start. For the sake of liberating Dana, too.
Then it's decided. That's where we need to go.
One of the citizens mentioned a passage that she thought might lead to another section of the city. It could point us in the right direction. Let's go find it.
Jeez, that's a lot of questions to be answered.
I didn't realize Renans oppressed their own kind, too.
And yet, weirdly, none of them seem to mind. Am I the only one who finds that strange?
It is the way things have always been, so no one thinks to question it. You have experience in that regard yourself, do you not?
Unquestioning acceptance of your own servitude. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Even so, the quality of life here seems much higher than any Danon city we visited. I used to think it was impossible to build an ideal society without wealth. But I suppose having it doesn't always mean people are treated fairly either.
More to the point, not a single citizen seems to have even heard of the Red Woman.
What if she's not here? What if it turns out we're looking in the wrong place entirely?
It's still too early to say anything for sure.
For all we know, she might be able to blend in, move around unnoticed. I say we hold off judgment until we've exhausted every avenue.
Tell me, Dohalim, has that skill of yours got a name?
And what skill would this be, pray tell?
You know, when you're talking to people around town. The way they suddenly become putty in your hands.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
I do. It's called friendly intimidation. Look imposing and speak in a deep, booming voice, and presto, you'll have people wrapped around your finger in no time.
I would never stoop to such scandalous tricks. Any feelings of intimidation are solely in the eye of the beholder.
So there is a knack to it! How do you learn it? Can anyone do it?
Now you've got me curious. Is there special training to master?
Let's see. An obsession with being elegant is a must. Oh, and it helps to be old-fashioned, too. Bonus points if you speak in a way no one can understand.
If you've a bone to pick with me, it'd be quicker to just come out and say it.
What? They look up to you, that's all. I'm just helping them along.
Hey! What's got into Alvin and Law all of a sudden?
I can barely understand a word they're saying. And what's with the weird poses? Was it something they ate?
I hope you're willing to take the blame for this one.
I wasn't expecting them to take me so seriously. I'll go and have a word with them.
That's hilarious.
With nobody left to run the show, I wonder what the people here are supposed to do. I mean, they're sovereigns up on the Renan homeworld, and all their lords were sent to Dana.
But Dohalim was a lord, right?
Only current acting lords have power. Renan society is quite strict about such matters.
Even if the other lords were still around, I doubt they'd be able to do much about the situation.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegis now. Balsif, Ganabelt, Almadria, and Volron. Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing about the other lords.
Well, yeah, why would we? To us Danans, they were just enemies we needed to overthrow. Nothing more.
I know. But seeing Renans in their own city, going about their day-to-day lives, it gets you thinking.
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Yeah, a little.
If you're that curious about them, why not try inquiring with some of the locals? Every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lenegis. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dana, which means they should be more inclined to talk to us.
Is that a side quest I just got? Oh, it is. Talk to the people who support the lords. I don't wanna. Ooh, what is this? I don't know what that is. Hello, good sir. Oh, okay, I see. Hang on. I didn't realize they were all back here already. I thought they were further in. Hello, good sir. You want to know which lord I support? Why? Are you out canvassing for somebody? I'm with His Excellency, or Wolseley Teldilius. You probably know him better as Lord Balsoff. Oh, I know a lot of people consider him to be a giant brute, believe me. I realize he could be an aggressive man, but those people don't realize how much he looks after the members of his house. It's fair to say that House Teldilius doesn't... I'm butchering these words, I apologize. Enjoy much esteem. Those of us who serve it will be the first to admit that. But His Excellency always stands up against any who would mean us harm. Of that we can be assured. His efforts in the crown contest aren't only for his family, but to improve the standing of each and every member of his house. I owe so much to His Excellency. I could never dream of serving any other lord. Oh, well. I feel kind of
Volstagg
bad.
had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
Hello. What lord do you serve? Lord Dohalim, you have returned. Ah, and I see you've brought aids with you. Do you remember who I am, my lord? Surely you must, yes. Not only do I support House Carius, I'm butchering these words, but more specifically his lordship personally. So much so, I've been trying to share my appreciation of his lordship to any who will listen. In fact, I was planning to publish my extensive writings on the subject through this very terminal for all to read and enjoy, but since the lines appear to be cut due to the recent tumult, I've been unable to upload them. I know, since you're all here, I'll just read them out loud. There exists a most handsome man, a man who radiates beauty, whose every word, every syllable is divine poetry. He hails from the famed house Ilcaris, and his name, Lord Dohalim. Music is his passion, the arts is his great love. The scores of boorish, uncouth men of this land cannot begin to compare to his magnificence. So refined and majestic is his posture. Why, the more thought of it brings me to ecstasy. Once he becomes our sovereign, Rena shall bloom anew, ushering in an era of prosperity for our grand civilization. Until that glorious day comes, I shall forever be praying for his victory, morning, noon, and night. Well, what do you think, my lord? I poured my whole heart into it, hoping to capture your essence. Wait, I forgot to mention anything about his lordship's love for collecting things. I must take this time while the lions are down to attempt it. Only then will my masterpiece be completed. Oh no. They got a Lord Dohalim fan.
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
Oh, why not? Come on, comment on it. Well, I never. To think anyone would try to tear me away from House Valkyries.
What?
Wait. Oh, wait. He's the second lord that we fight. What do you mean? Don't tell me you work for Lord Dohalim or that dreadful Lord Almadrea, do you? You don't? Well, don't scare me like that. To answer your question, I work for a family that has served the Valkyries for generations. Indeed, I'm doing all I can to support Lord Ganabelt behind the scenes so that he might emerge victorious. Many think him to be a cruel man, but I insist they're utterly mistaken. Though I won't deny he can be strict, he puts Rena's interest front and center like no one else. Why, he advocated that rather than stay confined to Lenegis, we should go on with colonizing Dana and expand our horizon. That way, we will become masters of both worlds and overturn our current minority status on Dana's surface. That is why he seeks to become our next sovereign. Tell me, is there a greater, more notable ambition than that? I think not. It is a pursuit of power for the advancement of all of our kind. It is what makes him an exemplary lord, a model above all others. Though I was unable to accompany him myself, my two sons have been blessed with the honor of joining him on the surface. As their father, it fills me with endless pride. Oof.
Ganabelt was so horrible to people, yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danans?
That's a good question. Maybe he's just like any other lord except Dohalim, who doesn't care about their underlings if they don't hold any power.
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed, the effects of Lenegis' transformation appear to be less pronounced here. Or, viewed another way, This area was simply luckier.
Whoa, what is going on down there? Oh my goodness, I gotta fight that thing eventually. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Hello, what do you have to say?
Pardon me.
This area falls under the sole jurisdiction of House Canarius. I must ask you to depart at once. Surely you don't claim to be ignorant of our famed house, ruled over by esteemed Lord Almandrea. If so, I urge you to listen well. In fact, I bid you listen carefully regardless. Have you ever noticed that how in the history of Lenegis, only a few women lords have emerged to compete in the crown contest? Many have theories as to why this might be, but Lord Almandrea quashed the doubts of any naysayers through sheer might. In fact, not only did she upset her father and previous family master, she also removed her older brother to claim the seat for herself. She's a woman who stops at nothing to get what she wants, who gives her enemies nary the slightest opening to strike. Truly, Lord Almandrea is a woman of talent. No one in all of Rena better exemplifies the virtues of our nation's mediocrity. Soon, the age of a glorious woman sovereign, reigning over Lenegis, shall be upon us at last. Well, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right, too.
That doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
What happened? Or what's happened? I don't get it. There wasn't a decree or anything to announce this like there always is. You're right, even if this was an accident, it's strange that we still haven't heard anything from the Sovereign yet. Do my ears deceive me, or are you saying that you don't trust what the Sovereign is doing? I'll have you know that I was part of the delegation that came down with him to Dana during the previous crown contest. He was a brilliant man and just as good with astral arts as well. I'm sure he's well aware of the situation and thus has a plan to resolve it. Until then, we must simply wait and trust in his judgment. Well, I don't want to wait and trust in his judgment. Sounds like a terrible idea. He let Lenegis go to ruin like this? That's not cool. That's not cool. Hello, good sir.
Ridiculous.
How loathsome. Oh, I was just reading about Volron. Can I help you? I was always an ardent supporter of Lord Erwagin or Wagil Hildress myself. Were it not for his sudden death down on the surface, I likely still would be. In my eyes, Lord Wagil, I'm butchering his name, is the true Water Lord. I don't believe for a second that he perished in some accident like they said. As for how Volron runs Ganataris, don't get me started. I hear he enslaves not only Danans, but even his fellow Renans. I may live within a society where to the victor go the spoils, but his actions go against what we as a people stand for. Besides, just what sort of family line is this House Ignoraciria, or Siri, of his anyway? I'd never heard of it until he came along, which means they must be among the lowest drag of society. That such an ignoble lineage could suddenly produce an astral artist capable of ascending to lordship is unheard of. None of it makes any sense, not to mention all of the upheaval around here of late, which is happening to our people. Well,
It seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganath Harrows changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
Very odd.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you. Because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the Lords were all people, too. Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is...
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
Being a Danon doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Xion and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all else.
Well, alright. I completed the quest. Let's go. Alright. So now, I gotta go way over here. What do you say? How close am I? Help you. Not a fan of his then? Oh. Okay, so you're still just gonna say the same thing. Well, let's go this way. It is crazy how you look up and you can just see the stars. What?
There's something I just don't get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfricht Milgras, the former lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfricht whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegis?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegis from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renan by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
I didn't realize that with each round of crown contest, it was a different set of master cores. Thought they were all the same, just passed down.
Doe?
Faria.
Varia? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here? Wait. Don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still... Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Whoa! Better run. Run, lady, run.
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
Wait, where am I? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, I surely hope that Faray doesn't get taken over or controlled by the lady in the red. I feel guilty about fleeing while there are kids out there fighting. You know, there's no need to worry about them. They come from a higher ranking family than ours. That makes their actual arc stronger than ours. They're simply fulfilling their duty to society as members of the ruling elite. I know, but it still doesn't sit right with me. Well, I mean, it never sits right when you leave young kids to go out and pick a fight that you should be able to do yourself as an adult. But, you know, that's what a video game is for. Nothing? No. I was kind of expecting a cutscene. Oh, there it is. I was kind of expecting a cutscene to happen there, but no. I'm honest. Whoa. Oh no. Not the kids. Hey, you should be out there fighting. What happened here? This is crazy. How long is this gonna keep going on? I don't know. Normally we would have had orders from the top brass informing all the separate classes what they need to do. I doubt that's happening. The whole chain of command in the city seems like it's broken down. Nobody knows what's happening. That doesn't mean someone somewhere isn't watching our every move. For now, we should see if there's anyone higher ranking around here. Maybe they'll have an idea about what we should be doing. Well, you have a lord that's like literally right next to you. And a maiden that's literally right next to you as well. I think you can't get any higher than that. At least for right now anyways. Until you reach the sovereign. I mean, technically, you
I
have.
can't wait to start making our meal.
Ooh, we having something new to eat?
Yep, now that we have all the ingredients.
Technically, you have a sovereign, a maiden, and a lord, all running around with each other. The feeding pen is in bad shape. Who knows how many people have died? What happened to the Zoogles? Don't tell me they broke out. No, luckily we were able to sell them off before they got too far. Not that it does much good when they've escaped, and other districts too. If I had to guess, I'd say there are a lot of Zoogles running loose throughout Lenegis. And there are a lot more of them than us, too. What are we going to do? All our best soldiers are stationed down in Dana. Really? That's odd. You'd think they would have, like, 2 separate units. The Danon units and then the Lenegis units. But, I mean, I guess not. It's very odd if you ask me. Come on! Use your water arts, man. Come on. Make it more splashy. Make it rain. That'll put the fire out. I'm surprised I haven't seen as much damage in this area. I know they already said there wasn't much damage in this area, but still.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renans sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnagan. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnagan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed.
Oh, that's why.
Despite Faria's lower class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnagan and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less, she would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty, instead I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right.
Oh, that's a fourth guy.
Elfin,
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
Oh, Shion. So where am I going? I gotta go over here, don't I? What's up here first? Hello! Things don't calm down soon. Don't you think we should board a ship so we can evacuate? If we can't, you need to have the Sovereign's permission to enter a starship for anything other than the crown contest. Well, that just blows my mind that you can't, that the Renans can't go back between Lenegis and Rena via starship, or can't go from Dana to Lenegis via starship. Why isn't he here to lead us in our time of need? Good question. That is a very good question. Because maybe he's dead? Maybe? I don't know. That is a good question. He could be, for all we know. Why isn't there anything I can pick up in this area?
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Do my eyes deceive me, or has my shop been blessed with Lord Dohalim and his servants? Is there anything I can help you with, my lord? Let's see what kind of weapons you got. Do I? I don't have crap for money. And ooh, sale. I can't sell anything. What? Oh crap! Some weapon. Gladius. Holy cow! Thing is massive. Oh, like a cannon. Assault shot. It's like a pillar, almost. I like this one better than the other one. I don't know. This one has wings on it. I don't know. They both look pretty cool. I need to get you some new gauntlets. Ooh, I like these. I need to get you some new gauntlets, bruh. Some shields. Ooh. Oh wait, that's the one with the. I already seen that. I want to get this one. There's a little line on it. Yeah, they're all kind of. I can finally get that one now. All right. Well, I can't get anything, so. What's all my stuff at? My stuff is good. 40, 41. Fast travel unlocked. Let's see what we got down here. This could be the direction of the forbidden room that we are searching for. Oh, great. Yep, this is it.
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Oh,
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight.
I am Lord Dohalim of Helga Menencia. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they got one.
ow.
Water, hear my call!
Oh, get out, get out.
Sleep now.
There we go.
Now! Scarlet Inferno!
These guys are 4 levels higher. Come here.
We'll soon see about that.
Dragon Swarm!
Ow, ow, oh, whoa, ow, ow. Come here.
New melody!
There we go. Oh, he learned a new spell called Barrier. Nice. Yeah, there we go.
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Oh, come here.
This one's all mine!
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Astral energy!
Say no
I
more!
get my butt kicked with these guys. Holy cow.
It's over!
Wow. That guy is done.
My turn! Dragon Swarm! Vacuum Blade! Elusive deity! Here I come! I'm ready! Here I come!
There we go.
In an instant! Impact Cross!
Nice. We did it.
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Alright. Doesn't matter where we go, we're always fighting soldiers apparently. It's like crazy. Got myself a grape gel. Ooh, is that the
What could this be?
new one? Whoa! I don't like that. He's big and scary. He's all green too. Look at him. He's like poison type or something like that. I don't know. We're going based off Pokemon now. He's a grass poison type. That's exactly what he is now. And of course, we got some more poison types over here. Forceful.
This one will be
Alpha
difficult
Wolf.
to predict.
I'm not done!
Stop moving.
It's over!
Oh, come on. Come here.
You picked the wrong fight!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and the pummeling to me.
Ow. No. There we go. Got it.
In an instant! Impact Cross!
There we go.
Now! Take this!
Oh, come here. Ow.
Thank you. I'm ready.
There we go.
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade.
Here, let me help.
Nope.
No escape!
Oh, break his face.
You're mine! I'm not done! You're finished! Dragon Swarm!
Aww. So close. Come here.
No escape!
Sleep now.
There we go.
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Oh, I got both of them. Nice.
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
Hey, I'm almost level 41. How is Renwell already 41? I'm confused. Whoa! Hey there, Buster. I didn't realize I was going to be facing you all of a sudden. Come here. Force Mantis.
This one will be difficult.
How much health you got? Oh my goodness. Come here, stop hitting me.
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
The earth throbs in pain.
Ow.
Where are you going?
You're so mean,
Take
man.
this.
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Thank you. How much did I only went down 14,000. Come here, Law. Break him. Oh, he's running around.
I have no limits.
Okay, come here.
Be still.
There we go.
Through. Ha! Now,
I'm not gonna do much to him with this.
Scarlet Inferno. The flame inside me yearns to be let
Get it on the
free.
ground, please.
Dance on the wind. Dragon Swarm. Elusive deity. You're mine. Leading pile driver. You're mine.
Ow, 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 ow. Why you gotta be so mean? What are you weak to? Darkness? Dark astral energy? Or is that what you do?
Lightning condemned! Out of ammo!
Dragon Swarm.
There we go. Oh, it didn't work.
Try harder.
This one's mine!
Not a chance. Negative gate. Dragon Swarm.
Here's the healing wind!
Oh, oh, ah! Alright, that's it.
Bloody howling.
There we
Coming
go.
through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno. Benediction light.
What's up? You're down half.
You're mine. Take this. No escape.
I'm sorry.
You do the same to me.
Can I finish it off already?
Take this. I'll face you. It's over. Elusive Dita.
Ow! Ah, no!
Armor won't save you. There. Elusive destruction.
Nope, sorry. You're too slow.
Blade. Vacuum blade.
I can handle it.
Aw.
A scream bathed in blood.
No escape.
Oh, what? That is.
Here I come.
How much?
It's over. Behold.
Oh, there we go.
The Earth's pulse. Tectonic vision.
Oh, that didn't do anything, though.
It's on.
There we go.
Ignite.
Oh, wait.
Rain down and
Elusive Dragon Swarm. I'll face you. Dragon pile driver.
here's the healing
Explosive ring.
Rain! Storm! Dance in the wind!
Heal me, please.
In a
Thank
bind.
you.
Will this help?
Thank you.
I'm not done.
Breaking
Vacuum blade.
More
Anything in armor is all mine.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Now you see what I can do. Try this. Execution.
Oh, he canceled it out. I wish he wasn't able to do that. Oh, oh, Kasara.
Tornado drive. I'm not done. This one's all
Oh my goodness. No, sit your butt down.
not today.
I don't think so. How much health you got left? You only got 5,000. Come here, Kasara.
Thanks so much! Raging Cascade!
Take this. There.
Radiant Sleep now!
Begin.
More for the stockpile!
Oh, run!
More where that came from! Do it!
There we go.
This ends now!
Aha!
Consider yourself finished.
We did it somehow. If we can beat this one, then we could beat
I
the
need to be stronger.
one on Dana and Calaglia. If that's the case. I need to heal myself real quick. Yeah. There you go, Dohalim. I'll give you another one. There we go. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode. So, we went through the first little section of Lenegis. Found out a little bit about the other lords that were in the crown contest. That they had other things they had to worry about besides the crown contest. And we only got to see, like, the dark side of them. The evil side, I should say. The only one that we actually got to really know is Dohalim. And we figured out that the other lords were just like Dohalim, but Dohalim actually took his his ideology to Dana instead of the other lords who brought a force with them in order to control to get what they want. But did that, found out a little bit more about Dohalim's past, met the girl that said that she wanted, or that she would never forgive Dohalim. Come to find out that the guy that Dohalim had killed was her future husband, or whatever they were going to be. Ended up finding a path to hopefully the forbidden area, and that's where we're currently going in right now. Maybe this is the forbidden zone area, I'm not sure, but we'll figure that out in the next episode. But so it's gonna do it for this episode. So until next time, I will see you all later, but have a great time and bye bye.